heat and is not responsive to your needs and you are a tenant, you call our office, 773-734-4501. We will schedule an appointment for one of our agents to take you to see as many units as you need to see in order to get you placed in quality housing, and we will do that all at no cost to you. 773-734-4501. If you are a landlord or you are a tenant, give us a call and we'll see what we can do to help you.
Okay. Now, UAS was sort of a model. Was it for all of Chicago, or did you do it? You did the model just on the south side.
We did. We did the model on the south side. We believe that this model is effective in virtually any urban community that has a demographic similar to the south side. We are exploring growing our operation on the west side. We are also exploring growing our operation in the far south suburbs.
Okay.
So we do believe we've selected the markets where we've chosen to compete because we believe we compete in areas that are currently underserved. If you live in the Gold Coast or you live in Lincoln Park,
right,
there are lots of quality management firms that will give you good quality service. But if you live in South Shore, or if you live in Roseland, or if you live in Chatham or Grand Crossing, well, you might find a much more difficult time finding getting good quality service from your landlord. So we compete. We're in business, and so we've got to figure out where our niche. What we said is we're going to compete in areas that are currently not being serviced well,
underserved,
that are being underserved
okay,
by the existing firms, and we believe that our growth has proven that's proven us correct.
Okay. A little on the personal side, what do you do when you have nothing to do? And I know that's an understatement because you very seldom you find yourself without anything to do.
What do I do when I have nothing to do? Well, I will say that is very rare, that I have nothing. There's a difference between an entrepreneur. Your viewers, anyone watching Chicago Entrepreneurs is going to know this. There's a difference. If I worked a 9 to 5 at 5:02, I could clock out, go home, and I got all the night to myself.
That's right.
As an entrepreneur, I don't have a start time and I don't have an end time. I don't have weekends and I don't have vacation time. It's all work time. That being said, I do enjoy to travel. I do enjoy to playing tennis. I grew up playing tennis, actually, competitive tennis. I do enjoy, I've got a 9-year-old son, so I do enjoy, he's a huge soccer player.
Is he?
He is. Okay. So I enjoy playing soccer with him and soccer matches and soccer practice. And the truth is, I enjoy helping people, and I enjoy building our business. And so in my leisure, it's not unusual for me to be developing, looking at next quarter's projections, or looking at new competition, or looking at new opportunities. That is, for me, that's an enjoyable activity, and so I have a passion for that. And I think that's important for anyone that is considering becoming an entrepreneur, that you find something that you can wrap your life around. Because as from one entrepreneur to another, the only way to be successful as an entrepreneur is if you are prepared to fully engross yourself.
Jump into it with both feet, and it's got to be something that you love.
Both feet, yeah, both hands, head first. If you are not prepared to become fully engrossed in this business until you have grown it to a point where you can step out of it, then that's probably not the right business for you. I'll tell you one thing, an interesting story. When I was just out of college, I went to a business seminar. It was up in Northern California, and the speaker there was talking about what it took to become successful as a small business. And he rattled off a statistic, and I remember the statistic to this day, and I remember my reaction to the statistic. And I tell the viewers that, I'm going to share this example because I think it may be helpful for some of the viewers. What the speaker said was that only 1 out of 10 companies makes it for 5 years. So if you take 10 companies that start, 5 years from them, only 1 of them will still be in business.
Right. The rest have fallen to the wayside.
The rest of them wouldn't have made it. Only 1 out of 10 makes it. So I'm proud that UAS Properties has made it for our first 5-year cycle. So I'm very proud of that accomplishment. He then went on to say, only one of the one that made it, if you take all the ones that made it, only 1 out of 10 of those will make it for a second 5 years. And I remember when I heard that statistic, what I said in my mind was, I said, wow, that's fantastic. That means if I will start 10 companies, I'm bound to make it in one of them.
Yeah.
And so that is the attitude I think that's important for your viewers to adopt. If you're going to be successful as an entrepreneur, if you're considering starting your own business, if you are not prepared to be sidetracked, fall down, get knocked off, if you are not prepared to get knocked down 50 times and get up 51, I would suggest that you find yourself a man or a woman that's ready to get up 51 times and go get a job with them. But if you can get up 51 times, then being an entrepreneur just might be your career path.
Okay. We've got a few minutes left. Tell me, what is the most valuable lesson that you've learned in all of this, being an entrepreneur, business owner?
Sure. I would say, Leon, and there are a wide range of lessons that becoming an entrepreneur teaches you about business, about people, about yourself. But if
most valuable is about yourself.
If I had to pick one thing that is the most valuable lesson, the most valuable trait that I have learned, that has been the most important to my success, I would say that it is most important that you believe. It's most important that you believe, because everybody's going to tell you why it can't be done. Yes. Everybody's going to tell you why you shouldn't do it. Everybody's going to tell you why you should keep your day job. But you, as an entrepreneur, you got to believe. Because if you can't believe it, if you cannot wake up every day and believe that I'm going to make it every single day and every night, through ups, through downs, if you can't believe it, the rest of the world's not going to be able to believe it either. And I think that the success of UAS Properties is owed 100% to our team that believes in what we're doing. They believe in our strategic objective. They believe in our mission. They believe in what we set out to do every day. And that is not an easy feat. But if you can manage that feat to wake up every day and every night, when it looks easy and when it looks hard, and you can believe that you can get it done, that I think is the most important trait, and it is the most important lesson that I have learned as an entrepreneur in Chicago.
And how do you manage to believe?
Well, it's difficult.
How do you manage to believe?
It's difficult. I think it requires a familial support system. I think it requires a relationship with a higher power. And I think it is a mindset that you have to force yourself to adopt. That no matter what, it's just like a mother. If a mother saw her child roll under a car, do you know that she might flip that car over?
I've seen a lady do that with a bus.
That's right. Flip a bus over. Right. You might say, how did you do that? She'll say, I don't know. So my answer to you is, I don't know. But it is a mindset that every day I know that I'm going to make it.
Okay. That's it. You know that you're going to make it.
And that's a mindset that you have to force yourself to adopt. And that is a mindset that I have adopted. That is a mindset that our executive team has adopted. That is a mindset that everybody on our staff has adopted. And as a result, that is a mindset that we transfer to our tenants, to our clients, and to the communities that we serve.
Okay. I don't believe in advice, but in the minute that we have left, give some counsel.
Well, my advice is to people that are looking to start a company is that you got to believe that you can do it. You got to stay focused. You got to persist through the difficult times, through the up times and through the down times. And at the end of the day, more important than any of that, actually, is you got to do it. One day, you can't just think about it. You can't just write a business plan about it. One day, you got to get up and say, today's the day. Today is the day that I'm going to get up and I'm just going to try it. And I'm going to step out I'm going to step on faith. If that's it, I'm going to step on faith alone and I'm going to give it a shot. And so my counsel is, you got to believe you can do it. You got to stay focused and persist when things get tough. But more importantly than anything is you got to get up one day and say, today is the day. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, and today is the day that I'm going to get started.
Okay. You heard it from the lips of Mr. Newell of UAS Properties. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you real soon.
Thank you, Leon.
You're welcome.